Good day, dear friends. In today's video, I'm going to talk about some Ayurveda tips for weight loss. Before we jump into tips, I would like to explain why we put on weight in the first place. So the main reason for weight gain in Ayurveda, extra weight gain, is because of what we call Mandagni. Manda means slow, Agni means digestive fire. When your digestive fire is not optimal, when it is less than what it should be, then you put on weight. So the way it happens, this weight gain happens is the first step is when Agni is slow or when it is digestion is not happening properly, the whatever the food that you are taking, even if it is a small quantity of the food, it doesn't get digested properly. If it's digested properly, the entire food part of it has to be converted into nutrients and the remaining has to be converted into waste, and it should be properly eliminated from the body. Suppose if your digestion is not strong, then some of the food is in a semi-digested or undigested form. This food starts getting accumulated in the body, and over the period it becomes toxins and it becomes fat, excess fat. So the first step in weight loss journey is to remove toxins from the body, because if you leave these toxins as it is, these toxins will further reduce your Agni, which is further reduce your digestion strength, and then it will further increase your fat accumulation. So it is like a vicious cycle. So to break that vicious cycle, the first step is to melt these toxins and melt this excess fat from the body and remove this. The most important thing is after melting, we have to remove them. Otherwise, they are still sitting and the cycle begins again. So not eating is not always effective in losing the weight, because still we do the detoxification, your Agni is not in a balanced state. So for us to detoxify, there are few methods in Ayurveda. One of the, I will talk about three effective methods in addition to fasting. Fasting releases your digestive fire so that the digestive fire goes and melts this excess toxins and excess fat, but it by itself, it doesn't really remove them. Fasting helps melting the toxins, but it doesn't remove them. So to remove them, you need to sweat. But unfortunately, the people who tend to put on weight, like for example, people like or who have this tendency of mandagni, like for example, people like diabetic patients, hypothyroidism, they have mandagni. And similarly, some people are genetically mandagni. They have this mandagni issue. So they don't sweat much either. So even exercise also is not enough for them. So in that case, what we do is we stimulate the sweating through external means. So one of the effective ways is what we call this Ayurvedic steam box Svedana. Like you may have heard of this steam box, steam bath, where people are put in a box and the steam is released onto their body so that they sweat. And then through sweat, these toxins and fat are eliminated. So in case of Ayurvedic steam bath, this steam is mixed with some herbs so that these herbs will help in first some massages are done to the body to release some these blocks, and then to move these blocks around, and then the steam bath is given. And then another treatment that we do is what we call lymphatic drainage massage. In some of these people, those who put on excess weight, their skin is also not tight. They look very fluffy. So that fluffiness has to be reduced. For that, we have this treatment called lymphatic drainage massage, so that when they give this trained Ayurveda therapists, when they do this massage, they do it in such a way that the lymphatic fluid and the lymphatic system is active again, and this any lymphatic blockages are removed so that the fluffiness gets reduced in the body. And the another effective treatment that is there in Ayurveda is called Budvartana dry powder massage. Budva means upside, Artana is to apply strokes. So in this treatment, Ayurvedic herbs are made into powder, certain Ayurvedic herbs, and they are applied to your body. Then the Ayurveda therapist applies the strokes in opposite direction of your hair growth. It's the upward strokes. By doing this, a friction, it causes friction in the body, which will in turn melts these excess toxins and excess fat in the body, and it will bring that out. So in some cases, the treatments have to be done with certain frequency, like every week or alternate weeks for such few months, along with diet and lifestyle changes. So so most often than not, some of these treatments are needed for people who are struggling to lose their weight. Just reducing food intake or even changing the diet and doing some exercises are not enough. They are necessary, but they're not sufficient. So we have to have a holistic plan for you. However, please note that some of these treatments are contraindicated. For example, during pregnancy, will not do these treatments. And similarly, when you are actively menstruating during your periods, we do not do these treatments. And if you are trying to get pregnant and ovulating, those ovulation period also, it's not good to do these treatments because it increases heat in the body. Um, um, but um, but the rest of the cycle you can do this. And we also make sure that you do not have high blood pressure. The blood pressure has to be controlled before we do these treatments, because these treatments increase heat in the body, and that will further increase blood pressure. So we have to make sure that your BP is under control. And similarly, if you have any cuts or rashes on the skin, they need to be healed before we touch your skin. So there are some contraindications to these treatments. So before you jump to a conclusion and start doing the treatments right away, you first talk to your Ayurveda practitioner and make sure that you get the full complete plan for your weight loss. How many treatments, in what order, and what kind of diet and lifestyle changes that need to be made in addition to these treatments to maintain your weight that you're after losing the same, and avoid further accumulation of the excess fat. So I hope this information was useful for your weight loss journey. Thank you for listening.